Okay, so first things first, let's get in here so we can see how awful. Yeah, with where I have my light positioned, I guess I should say. So last time we met, well, a whole bunch of characters. Oh, I do have auto on. I was curious about that. Yeah, I had, well, yeah, seeing her mom dead. I had entirely forgotten about the whole Oda ran the fuck off.
Hey, can I pop this
God
cherry?
damn it!
Date, you sounded quite proud of that pun. Perhaps you'd like to repeat it?
No thanks. It's not the same as the first time.
Thank fuck it does not redo the damn pun on the second time.
What's inside this?
Sometimes a cleaning lady is hiding inside.
That's disturbing.
It's more odd than disturbing, but... I guess the on monitors all provide the same response.
Date, look! It's a brawn tube.
What the hell is that?
Actually look kind of like, I think they're Sony TVs. Well, they're not really designed for TVs, they're TVMs. BVMs? I don't know what the fuck Sony used for their terminology. Being not a speedrunner myself.
I want to hit Date over the head with that.
What?
Fucking
Where did that come
same.
from?
Mizuki has said roughly one line and she is already my favorite character.
Aiba is linked to your brain with an artificial nerve. To put it more simply, Aiba is a part of your brain. During syncing, your consciousness is sent into the subject's somnium. Part of Aiba's self is also synced, but only a part. Not all of Aiba's functions are transferred into Somnium.
So that's why Somnium Aiba is so dumb.
Don't call me dumb.
Is there a reason we chose that angle? Is the angle just entirely because Date is a pervert?
Hey, Pewter, when we were in Somnium earlier, Aiba was in human form. She's never looked like that before.
That was Aiba's idea.
What?
I thought you would be more pleased. I designed it to your taste.
But
Part
no.
of that was my taste.
I know everything inside your mind. You don't have to hide it.
Pewter, Aiba's broken. She's talking crazy.
I am not broken.
Perhaps Aiba admires the human form.
It's not that. It was just a little something. I consider Kaname Date to be my host. I owe him gratitude. I simply thought that appearance would make him happy.
Why would that make me happy?
Nobody owes Date anything.
No, I saw it too.
Who or what do you think it
Wait a
was?
second.
Most likely someone Mizuki saw in person projected into her subconscious.
I don't think
Dreams
that
can only be constructed
it's
from
hollow
images
before.
and experiences the subject was present for. Mizuki's Somnium couldn't have contained that figure if she didn't see it in person. Of course, not everything we see in our dreams looks exactly the same as it did in the real world. You saw some strange things in Somnium earlier, didn't you, Dante? That event you experienced is obviously not as it happened in reality.
Unfortunately.
Dreams are a collage of many memories, intertwining and blending with each other. Your skills as a sinker allow you to untangle those dreams and solve mysteries no one else can.
Pewter, who do you think the culprit is?
Well, let's see. Perhaps it was you, Special Agent Date.
Sounds as
What?
viable as anybody else.
I'm kidding. In a normal dream, the person experiencing the dream cannot remove themselves from it. Dreams are first-person experiences. However, the circumstances are slightly different during a sync. The sinker dives into the subject's mind and experiences their subconscious thoughts. But this dream is experienced as an observer, as though you were watching a play. The subject is the author, director, and actor. The sinker is merely the audience.
Is he though? No, they're behind his back. Like I'm all for knocking Pewter and going, you know, oh yeah, he's not putting his hands in his pockets to look cool. He's putting his hands in his pockets because he doesn't know where to put them. But they're not in his pockets.
How would I know? We still don't have enough information. Continue your investigation, Special Agent.
So I'm talking to everybody else
No need to
because
report specifics. We saw it all from here in the control room. What the sinker sees in Somnium is projected here, remember? We've got it all recorded.
Isn't it incredible? I invented it.
Anyway, we know about the figure you saw. I wonder who that could be.
mainly because I don't think there's anything that's really important over here. Of course, well, it's tough to match up with anything because I have a slight delay on my capture card.
Yeah, I'm glad she's talking again. You healed the wounds in her heart by syncing with her. Well, you meaning you and Iba.
The boss has extraordinary perception. I deserve much of the credit for helping Mizuki recover her voice.
All you did was follow my instructions.
Much of the
Date,
credit.
Mizuki needs you. Protect her. Right, there was something. Hey, Mizuki. When we found you, you were holding the ice pick, right?
And there goes Mizuki's ability
Can you
to
tell us
talk.
why?
When I got there, the ice pick was... It was stuck in my mom's eye. I couldn't think straight. The only thing I could think was... I had to get it out.
So, you panicked and pulled it out.
Yeah,
And you held on to it when you hid in the column.
yeah.
Sounds about right for
One more question. This is very
somebody
important.
panicking.
When you pulled out the ice pick, was Shoko's eye still there?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
The eye socket was empty.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mizuki. That was very helpful.
Boss shines in moments like this. She doesn't hesitate to ask anything.
Now we know that Mizuki did not remove the victim's eye.
Well, it's certainly not because of
Guys, the
empathy.
scene, it was definitely missing.
And it has not yet been recovered. We can therefore conclude it has been removed from the scene.
I told you I'm fine. So annoying.
Agreed.
I annoyed you already, huh?
The pressure is annoying.
What pressure?
Force over area measured in pascals, dummy.
I see she is back to her usual self. Her attitude is within normal parameters.
I think I liked her better when she was silent.
Huh.
I can't tell you.
Why not?
Because I don't want to.
That's not a reason. You were at the scene of the crime because of that Nile message. Whoever sent it to you is a prime suspect.
I don't think she is going to answer. When she is in a mood, it's impossible to get her to talk. That's the kind of girl she is.
Sometimes I think you know her better than I do.
She's a not quite teenager.
How long do you think I've been observing her?
It's been 4 years now.
Correct. I know things that even you do not know.
That does not surprise me.
Actually, never mind. Some things I'm better off not knowing.
By the way, we already looked into Mizuki's cell phone. Unfortunately, the contents were wiped.
I'm tracing the sender of the Nile message through other means, but it's taking me some time.
So, right now, my initial and continuing thought is that her old man is the prime
Say,
suspect.
Mizuki, who was that figure I saw?
What?
In Somnium, in your dream, I saw a silhouette.
It looked like a generic man.
Dante, Mizuki would not understand the question. She does not experience somnium as you do. You are witnessing a dream inside her brain.
Also, one thing that has struck me as a little bit strange is it keeps talking as if these things need to be real, and like every dream that I have ever remembered, none of it has had any connection to reality at all.
Never mind. Did you see anyone at the merry-go-round the night you found Shoko?
I did. I saw someone in the corner past the merry-go-round.
Who did you see?
I don't know. It was dark and raining. They looked scary, so I hid inside the merry-go-round. The door was open a little bit, so I snuck in.
But let's be real honest for a second. The likely sender of the Nile message was actually the mother.
I'm fine now. But I didn't forget your promise.
A promise?
Thought they did.
Stu, you said you'd take me.
So you heard that, huh?
Aphonia only affects speech. Her hearing should still be intact.
Sure, Mizuki. When we're all done here.
Lying, huh?
Anyway, I get the story. Mizuki witnessed a suspicious person at the scene, but she didn't get a good look at them.
Maybe there's something at the scene we missed. Date, could you return to the scene of the crime? There might be more to Bloom Park than we first thought.
Okay. I somehow doubt that there actually is, but, you know, Say, Livy. I always forget I need to click on that. I do like how the
Somewhere around here, right?
Yep.
holographic tape helps to make it look fairly similar to the dream world. From certain angles, anyway. I thought that was part of the little... I don't even know what the fuck to call it. And the skewered horses are still present. The Ferris wheel. What? A grandma. Okay. I guess I actually do need to
What do you care? You never cared about me ever. And I liked it that way. I don't want you getting close to me. You think I like you now because I hugged you after the sink? Did you think, aw, how sweet, she likes me? Don't get it twisted. I only hugged you because you were standing right in front of me. Could have been anything. Could have been a pole or cactus. In fact, I wish it were a cactus. So stop worrying about me, okay?
So she says.
Yeah, I do.
What do you remember?
I went to this amusement park when I was little. I was 4. I remember it so clearly. This is where I saw my mom and dad smile. I had so many happy memories here. The only happy memories I really have are from here. Memories of my family are so bright and colorful. But now, this is where Mom...
real good job bringing her.
Nothing. Just wondering where this goes.
Iba, what's past here?
I guess we missed some dialogue.
A subway?
It has of course closed down. It is no longer in service. This is due to the explosion at the chemical plant that occurred years ago. The surrounding district of Kawasaki was contaminated and declared off limits. Bloom Park closed for the same reason, as did all commerce and industry in Kawasaki. This means the railroads and public transportation to and from this area were shut down as well.
So what that map showed is something that I had not seriously considered, which is that would be a pain in the ass, especially if the route through this area was
The subway. Iba, does the entire track run underground?
No. The track leading northward from Bloom Park eventually rises to ground level.
one of the only paths
At a
to
railroad
something.
crossing?
Correct.
Then the tracks must cross a surface street at some point.
Correct.
Iba, do me a favor. Can you see if any cars were driving on that surface street last night?
Searching.
Hey, you've been quiet for a long time. Are you okay?
I'm just thinking.
I've got something. I picked up a single vehicle traversing that street last night. A black SUV. I ran the plate through the vehicle registration database to find the owner.
I am genuinely surprised it had plates.
Shoko Nadami's ex-husband and Mizuki's father. Renju Okiura.
Yeah, the person they've been pointing towards this entire time. To no surprise. Probably not going to be him, but
So let me get this straight. You think that Daddy drove his car on the tracks through the tunnel, stopped at the closed down station, and carried Mom's body to the park?
I can't prove it was Renju. There's a chance someone else was driving the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, in any case, I know that the suspect must have used the subway tracks. That explains why there were no cars parked near the scene. Using that subway station, he could take the body right to the merry-go-round without being caught on camera.
Daddy didn't do it.
I am not so certain.
Either way, I have to talk to Renju. And you can help me find him.
especially since he has been missing. I will say I'm a little bit surprised that it doesn't bring up the whole... We socket our eyeball into that thing until it was actually being used as such.
Mizuki, Renju sent you that now message, didn't he?
What?
I got this buddy of mine. Real bad personality, but real good with technology. I got some help from them.
Bad personality.
It was a message sent at 8:05 last night. Does it sound familiar? Mizuki, Daddy got caught up in something serious. Please come to Bloom Park's merry-go-round right away. Daddy needs your help. Please do as I say.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, that was it.
looking more
It was
open
from
and shut
Daddy's
case.
phone. But I didn't want to say anything because that would make Daddy a suspect, so
So you kept quiet.
yeah. My dad's never said anything like that to me, ever. That he was counting on me? I had to go.
But you invited Ota along.
Bloom Park is in the middle of the Kawasaki district.
Yeah, how would
There
a
are a
12-year-old
number of
girl
homeless individuals in
get
high
there?
crime rate.
12-year-old girls.
Mizuki must have been worried about going alone.
Understandably.
But it couldn't be him.
Why not?
Daddy couldn't have sent the message. Someone else must have used his phone. And his car. Daddy wasn't driving the car either. Somebody else did it.
Yeah,
The killer did it, not Daddy.
The only evidence we have so far leads to one conclusion. The cell phone and the car were both operated by Renju Okiura.
well, no, we know the cell phone and the car were both operated and are related to the murder. We don't really know anything about who was actually using them. The fact that Mizuki didn't recognize her old man as the fucking suspect at the scene suggests as much.
Hey Mizuki, tell me again. The person you saw at the merry-go-round.
No, it wasn't Daddy. I know it wasn't.
You're sure?
Well, I don't know.
That hair clipping through everything is very amusing.
I don't want to say anything. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to anyone who thinks my daddy is a killer.
Look, I don't want to believe it either. I've known him for more than 5 years now. He's like family to me.
Good thing we're not really the cops. Well, us specifically isn't the cop who would be doing the arresting. Probably. I mean, this game is anime enough
Think
for that,
about a
though.
week ago, when I went to hang out at Lemniscape.
Did you notice anything different about him?
Nothing really. He was the same as usual.
And he didn't come to see you in the hospital, did he?
No.
Not even for his own daughter.
That is very unusual.
I don't remember. It was a while ago. What about you?
What about me?
you try calling him?
I did. I called earlier, and I tried a few times last night.
And he didn't pick up?
No.
Date, incoming call from the boss.
Connected.
Hey, I just got the report from Iva. Renju is a suspect?
He's definitely suspicious.
I agree. I think he's our number one suspect. He's been acting strange since last night. He didn't come see Mizuki in the hospital, won't pick up his phone, and he vanishes after questioning. He doesn't have an alibi for the time of the murder either.
He doesn't?
No, not one we can corroborate.
So, something tells me that, he's actually being blackmailed by some sort of group.
That's right.
Then why didn't you keep him there?
Protocol. Nothing we could do. He wasn't a suspect then, and we had nothing to charge him with. We couldn't hold him. He didn't give us any new information. He didn't have much to say at all, really.
Did he even have his phone on him?
Shoko's time of death was estimated to be about 5 p.m. yesterday. Renju claims that he was at home alone at the time. But that means no one can back up his story.
Well, Iba would be able to do something. I mean, looking at
No, I told you he vanished.
camera footage, etc.
Renju's house.
Don't bother. I had local cops search the place. They didn't find anything.
Where could he be? All right, boss. Let me know if you find something.
You too. Keep me in the loop.
Well, we won't, but Iba
Where the
will.
hell did Renju go?
Sunpoke?
What?
Sunpoke. Or something.
Oh, Sunfish Pocket. Renju was telling me about that place. It's a maid cafe that he runs.
I found it. Approximately 6.2 miles north-northeast. In Akihabara.
That pronunciation doesn't sound right. I thought it was like Akihabara.
Can't be.
Surprising no one.
Renju.
Also missing an eye. Couldn't tell if there was something in his mouth. I will say this annoying lighting setup that I have is showing me really well that I need to dust off my monitors.
You look awful. Have you been sleeping any?
My best friend was murdered, boss. I don't have it in me to sleep right now.
Of course not. I've still got a mountain of work piled up, answering to the higher-ups, the press. I'm just taking a little breather.
I suspect these are all the same as they were before. Aside from possibly... I don't remember the plaster figure there. It is completely irrelevant to everything, but...
Am I not allowed to be here?
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I was here first. I was just talking to the boss about Renju's murder.
Man, Pewter has a weird fucking outfit.
2 murders, one right after the other. How could I not be?
It looks like the noise removal I
Renju
have
had
actually.
his left eyeball removed.
Right. Shoko too.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
Sounds about right.
I'm kidding. Only a joke.
I'm too tired for your jokes right now, Pewter.
Actually, you lost your eye 6 years ago, correct?
Yes, but I don't remember anything from back then. I lost my eye and my memories.
I was transplanted into your empty eye socket a year later. We have been together for more than 5 years.
And can you imagine Date with just like the really dumb eye patch?
She's sleeping at the hospital. They're going to give her counseling after she wakes up.
I see.
Her mother and her father. I hope she'll be okay.
Equally distressing. Pretty sure that makes Date her guardian.
You were the first on the scene, so you know this better than anyone, but Renju was murdered. No way this was a suicide. And the fact that his left eye was removed tells me that this was the same killer as Shoko.
The
Not
serial killer.
necessarily.
The new Cyclops killer.
I mean, yeah, in
What?
game, probably,
That's the
but
nickname that's been spreading around headquarters.
the new
New.
Sai.
Yes, several years
Sai
ago.
Sai.
Pewter.
There is no point in hiding it from him. He would find out on his own eventually.
Ah, so
It's all over the news. These murders have gone viral, so to speak. The killings from 6 years ago have continued. The Cyclops killer is back.
6 years ago. Is that what you were talking about, boss?
yes.
Fine. I suppose you deserve to know. We have a name for it down at HQ. The original Cyclops serial killings. To distinguish it from this new one. It was 6 years ago in October. 4 bodies were found in the mountains of Akikawa Valley.
But the decomposition of the corpses were all at different stages. They were each killed sometime during May to September of that year.
But they did have 2 things in common. They were all young women. And
Each corpse was missing their right eyeball, pulled out posthumously.
Ah. So that is the thing that differentiates it. It's they lost their right eyeball. Date and Renju and Shoko.
a
Shoko.
few days after the corpses were discovered, the killer sent a statement to the press. I killed them, and they are now my dear companions. Something like that.
He signed the statement under the name Cyclops. Hence the name, the Cyclops Killer.
The Cyclops is a mythological race of one-eyed giants. According to Greek myth, they are the children of Uranus, god of the sky, and Gaia, goddess of earth. Cyclopes were known for their outstanding strength and smithing ability.
So the letter to the press wasn't a fake? It was the real killer?
Yes, it had to be.
A picture of one of the victims right after she was killed was sent along with the letter.
No, in 6 years we never got a single trace.
So maybe Cyclops is responsible for these murders as well.
No, that's impossible.
Why?
For one, the original Cyclops killer only killed women. Renju doesn't fit that profile. Second, all of the victims had their right eyes removed. But Shoko and Renju...
We're missing their left eye.
The timing of the eye removal is also inconsistent. The original Cyclops killer removed the eyes after the victims were killed. But Shoko and Renju were both still alive.
But even so, you can't say for sure this isn't our guy. Maybe they're just doing things a little differently now. Or do you have another reason?
I'm sorry, Date, I can't say anymore.
Bullshit, you can't.
It's a national secret.
How can it be a national secret?
Date, please, forget about it. I told you already, you don't need to know anything about that case to investigate this one. The criminal for this case and the case 6 years ago are not the same.
Iba, bring up all investigation records of the original Cyclops serial killings.
I already had a look through the database while you were talking. Unfortunately, I found no relevant information. I also did not discover anything of note on the internet. Only amateur theories. All lacking credibility and evidence.
So, like Date not being the Cyclops killer.
That's all we have for now.
All right.
Special Agent Date, we need you to continue your work.
Right. I think I'll head back to where Renju was found, Sunfish Pocket.
Date, you're exhausted. Why don't you get some sleep before you continue your investigation?
I'm fine. Let's go, Iba.
Understood.
It's not getting enough sleep. That's entirely relatable.
Date, the vehicle is accelerating 2% slower than usual. Did you put anything in the trunk?
No?
What about the back seat?
Back seat? Mizuki!
Hey, watch out! Eyes forward, stupid!
I appreciate that Iba didn't notice the rearview mirror. And indeed only noticed it because slower acceleration. Which doesn't make any real sense. Her weight probably wouldn't do anything meaningful.
I ditched the hospital. They're probably freaking out over there right now.
I'm taking you back.
No, don't! Nothing will change if I stay at the hospital all day. You're going to investigate, right? Take me with you, I can help!
How is a little runt like you gonna be any help?
I'm Renju's daughter. Maybe I'll notice something you don't. Something only his daughter would know.
I don't know.
My daddy was killed. I can't just stay at the hospital.
Fine. Don't say I never did anything for you.
You're going to take me along?
Just promise not to interfere with the investigation.
Got it.
Or the likely pile of corpses we are going to discover.
Well, I can still talk this time. Maybe I'm just getting used to it.
Mizuki's psychological wounds have been healed by the sink.
It's not true.
I It wasn't locked, I just opened the door. I've been here for like 10 minutes. Why don't your doors have auto locks? I know you like old cars, but you gotta lock the doors.
You should be a little more apologetic for someone who just got caught breaking into my car.
Mizuki does raise a valid
Date,
point.
it's not really breaking in if you don't lock
If you
it.
are not more serious about security, you should consider replacing the car altogether.
You too?
Date, you're a cop, you should know this.
You were talking to yourself again. I heard you. It's creepy, you should cut that out.
Mizuki is still unaware I exist?
Yeah, I know there's no reason to hide it, since she already knows about Abyss. It's just hard to explain.
For the last 12 years, I've had an AI in my left eyeball.
But I am ready to be introduced at any time. Just let me know when the time is right.
It's not a proposal, no need to be so formal. Shit, I said that out loud.
Date, I think you should go to the hospital.
I'm curious as
If
to
you have
what this
nothing to talk
bullshit
about,
is.
You don't have to say anything.
Fair enough.
You're an adult, shouldn't you know that already? If you start talking about the weather, it means you have nothing to say.
Damn. What a brat.
No, it's more like I don't like sitting still and moping all day. I've grown out of my brooding, pretentious teenager phase.
Odd thing for a preteen to say.
Are you not aware of Mizuki's mental prowess? She is far more developed than her classmates. She is even reading psychology papers by Alfred Adler.
Sounds pretentious to me.
Yeah, as somebody who is also smart preteen, I agree with Date.
Hey, about Renju. Do you have anything to tell me? Anything at all that might help?
Well, it's not about Daddy, but I heard from Daddy that Mom had a secret.
Shoko had a secret?
Did you know that Mom was the representative of an investment company?
Yeah, I did.
That whole company was a big scam.
A scam?
Well, I don't know the details. They start up a company to get people to invest in it, then shut it down on purpose and keep the money. She got really rich like that.
Shoko did this?
Yep.
By herself?
No, dummy. Of course it was with other people. I saw gangsters there sometimes. If she ever got into trouble, she had them take care of it.
Ah,
Scanning all known crime databases, but I cannot find any reports referencing this. They must have been extraordinarily careful.
I'm not okay.
So, you want to go back to the hospital? I'd be more than happy to drop you off.
That's not what I meant. Why are you always so pushy, Date?
I'm not pushy, I'm just worried.
You've got a weird way of showing it. It doesn't look like you're worried. You're just weird.
You've always got something smart to say, huh? You're just like Renju.
Date,
What about Daddy?
Nothing.
You have no tact, do you?
nope.
This is why you're single and always will be.
No,
That's
no,
where
no,
you're
no.
wrong, kiddo. I
Perversion.
look like a single father when you're around. Chicks love it.
Yeah, chicks love to see creepy old men hanging out with a sixth grader.
Hey, what are you implying?
Ooh, did I make you mad? Now I'm stuck in a car with an angry old creepy pervert.
I am not an old creepy pervert. And even if you were my age, you're not my type.
Ew, I don't want to know about your type.
Nor do
Hey,
I.
you started it.
Stupid old man.
Punk ass kid.
Besides, I thought the earlier stuff had established pretty well that Shoko was Date's type.
Detective Date. Good to see you, sir.
And this is...
Have you looked through the case file yet?
Oh, I am so sorry. She's the victim's...
Yes. Please let us through.
This place looks quite a bit different when it's not being done up through anime cutscenes. Those,
Each keg has a capacity of 20 liters. All 3 kegs were filled, in approximately 55 pounds each.
those are tiny kegs. I mean, they look like they're tiny kegs. But I'm more used to like the little flat ones. Are those 6 kegs?
Dragon's Palace Pasta. 1,800 yen. 1,800?
Isn't that pretty average?
This is average?
Yeah, about 18-ish bucks. That doesn't seem that
The corpse was strung up near this counter.
ridiculous.
The autopsy report indicates that the contents of the victim's intestines were excreted upon death,
Yeah.
but no traces of that have been found in the area nor on the corpse itself. This evidence makes it highly likely that Renju was killed somewhere else. It must have been considerably difficult to carry more than 150 pounds.
What do you mean?
Renju weighed approximately 158 pounds. I can estimate a person's weight by analyzing their bone structure, muscle, and fat.
I mean,
Aiba, can you recall the time we discovered the corpse?
Of course.
158's not that much. Yeah, the ligature marks on the neck.
Strangulation?
Correct. The face shows
Ah.
clear signs of congestion, along with petechia around the face and throat. Both are clear evidence of asphyxiation.
Any indication of the murder weapon?
Most likely a twisted piece of cloth. The culprit approached Renju from behind and wrapped the cloth around his neck, choking him in an attempt to suffocate him. The specific cause of death is cerebral circulation failure due to vessel closure in the neck. Put more simply, the suspect strangled Renju to death from behind.
Do we have an estimated TOD?
Yesterday, around 8 p.m.
So Renji was murdered about 2 hours before Mizuki and I found the body.
It's actually not that much time to set everything up. So, I was curious as to what was in the mouth. It's a hook. Keep the mouth open.
The autopsy report discovered the presence of benzodiazepine. It is a common sedative. The dosage found in the victim's bloodstream was extremely high. It can be assumed that Renju's cognitive functions were heavily impaired before his death. The time of discovery was 10:20 p.m. You of course already know this, but you and Mizuki were the first to discover Renju's corpse. The body was hanged from the ceiling, similar to how a fish would be. A thick hook was embedded in the upper jaw, and the wires connecting to the hook were strung up on one of the ceiling beams. There was also a hook on the other end of each wire. The 3 beer kegs were attached to these hooks. We have found no fingerprints.
I would have expected there to be more points of leverage than just roughly equal weight. And if it was equal weight, I would have expected it to be, you know, some level of lifting of the kegs. Okay, ever so slightly more than equal weight, but still.
What?
I was asking for your name.
My name is Kagami.
Cool, it's the same one as before. Damn it.
I could use a drink.
Perhaps after this is all over, Date. The capacity of this oil drum is 200 liters. It weighs approximately 44 pounds when empty.
Let me check inside.
Huh.
What?
There's something inside. This is the oil drum.
I really wasn't expecting
This is the
anything
kind
to
of
be
world that has a lid on
inside.
it.
Correct.
Let's open it.
I had somehow forgotten that this was a maid cafe.
This is... This is the wristwatch Renju always wore. No doubt about it. But how did this get here?
For a second, my brain was really confused about why 9 was on one of the vertical segments. Didn't realize the watch was flipped over initially. Why were both of them open, though? Note, I can't actually see what the hell,
It more closely resembles a harpoon of sorts.
Is that a spear?
I believe this is a trident.
Any chance this was used in the murder?
No. There are no traces of blood on the trident, and no indication that Renji was stabbed.
Perhaps the more relevant part was the no indication that Renju was stabbed thing. I'm gonna regret clicking on that.
Iba, did you get anything from the surveillance camera?
Unfortunately, no. All of the recordings from local surveillance equipment have been erased.
Unsurprisingly.
What about backups?
There are none. Nothing was uploaded to the cloud either.
So we're dealing with a group that knows what the fuck they're doing.
Nothing special.
Iba, can you check the operation records of this elevator?
Searching. Found it. The elevator records are sent automatically to building management. According to the record from yesterday, from 6:30 p.m. until the body was found, this elevator stopped on the second floor only once. At 8:55 p.m. The weight of the car's cargo was approximately 310 pounds.
Now that might seem a little bit odd, but the kegs were probably here. The hook was probably here. Everything was, well, the hook's a little bit odd, but everything was probably here anyway. So just a single person and corpse.
You were telling me earlier that you could spot things only a daughter would know.
I know what I said. I'll tell you if I notice anything.
Okay.
How could I forget? I'll never be able to get that image out of my head. Not until the day I die.
Well, good news. If this keeps up, that'll happen sooner than later.
I thought I already told you. Sitting around rotting away in that hospital would be worse.
Still,
I know what you're trying to say. For a little girl to find her dad like that and then want to go back to the scene, I think it's totally weird, right?
In fairness, it is also weird for an adult policeman to acquiesce such a request from a child.
But this is what I wanted. I didn't want to run away from it. I wanted to confront it. I didn't want to be weak. Did you hear me? I said I'll tell you if I see anything.
We can just antagonize her over and over again, can't we?
Pushy men are seen as desperate. This is why no one likes you. Besides, Date? Never mind. Just do your investigation or whatever.
what was she gonna say?
Now is not the time to worry about such things.
Hey, are you doing okay?
Oh, sorry. Just staring.
If you're having a hard time, you can tell me.
I'm fine. It's not like the body is lying here.
Are you really okay?
No.
Yeah, I am. Don't you have an investigation to do? Or are you stalling?
Man, now she's calling out me as the player.
It's Kagami! Kagami? I told you it's Kagami! I told you my name like 5 times!
Got it, Inspector.
No, not these past few days.
I
Same.
thought so. Once this is over, get some rest, alright?
You too, Detective Date. No, we didn't find anything today.
So, while we have gotten the oil drum watch, we are obviously still missing something. God damn it, it's gonna make me click on the fucking pictures.
What are you staring at? Creeper.
I agree.
Not wrong. No, that wasn't the answer. Actually kind of surprised.
This case bears similarity to Shoko's.
Yeah, it's probably the same
The
murderer.
left eyeball was removed while the victim was still alive.
I think we've checked everything we need to.
I agree. We should compile our evidence and inferences.
Mizuki, you ready to leave?
What? But we aren't done investigating.
What do you mean?
There are still people I want to talk to.
Who does she want to talk to?
Yeah, Daddy owned Lemniscate and Iris works for them. She used to work here too.
So she might know something.
I'll call her.
Rip.
Have any idea where she might be?
I don't
Dead.
know. Iris is into a lot of things.
I'd rather not talk to Oda.
Well,
if I'm
there
being
is
real
one
honest.
place. Have you heard of Golden Yokocho in the entertainment district? Daddy used to go to a place called Marble a lot. Maybe they know something about him. Yeah. Oda is in here all the time. He
What a
might know
goddamn
something.
surprise.
I'll call him.
Ota's phone is broken. He dropped it in a puddle.
Sounds like Ota. He's so clumsy.
We'd have to talk to him in person.
He's probably at Lemniscate or Matsushita Diner.
Lemniscate, Matsushita Diner, and Marble. Let's head out.
Okay.
Well, the most promising of those sounds like the presumably adult club of Marble. Keep forgetting that I need to actually click on that since the auto makes it so I don't need to actually click on anything.
Is this it?
Yeah.
You know about this place?
Yeah. This is where I met Renshu for the first time.
Interesting. Didn't think this was your kind of spot.
This place is special. You can find all sorts of shady characters here. It's the best place for gathering information about a case. So that's why.
That is only a partial truth.
Shut up.
Huh?
Let's head inside.
Where is everyone?
It's been like this for a while. Not many people come here anymore. Mama should be here soon, though.
Okay.
Yeah, for some reason,
In other news, at 6:10 p.m. yesterday, on the outer circle of the Capital City Highway in Minato District, Tokyo, a traffic collision occurred involving 5 cars and at least 1 truck. MPD has arrested the driver of the truck suspected to be the cause of the accident for negligence. The investigation is ongoing.
a mid-30s man calling somebody mama is a little bit strange. Interesting that they use 2 different spellings.
Man, I could use a drink.
No, you're driving.
Can't you just drive?
Indeed I can. But I refuse.
Why?
Nothing good comes of you being drunk.
Relatable. What is the writing? Who knows? Probably not relevant.
I don't want to get drunk. I just want to be sobriety impaired. Allow me to ruin your stupid joke before you say it.
It's not stupid. Hey, Mizuki, you mind cleaning some of your stuff out of the fridge at home?
Not gonna happen.
Oh.
Date, what was that weird show you used to watch? The one with the girls running in slow motion. What was so good about it?
Everything.
At least they're consistent about, you know, Date being eternally fucking creepy.
No. And what do you mean by that?
Nothing. Just let me know when you're tired. You can go home anytime you want.
You aren't really worried about me, you just think I'm annoying, right? Don't beat around the bush, just say it. But you know what? It wouldn't matter anyway because I'm not going home. It's okay.
Is it?
Yup.
Do you have a lot of friends?
Yeah. But I don't really like my elementary school friends. They're too immature. I have more fun with Iris and Ota.
I don't know if they're too immature. You're just very mature for your age.
You think so? The kids at school are so stupid. They gossip about who had their first kiss for days. I don't see why that's anyone's business.
These grade schoolers move fast.
Nah, not really. It's pretty normal nowadays.
You haven't kissed anyone yet.
Date, who cares?
No, I'm not interested in that.
Oh, thank God.
Did what?
Sat at a table together like this. We haven't eaten dinner together in a while. After I finish working on this case, we should do it again.
Nope.
Why? Because of what happened to my mom and daddy? I don't need that.
Date, this is where you need to take a stronger role as her guardian. Data suggests that children who eat alone are prone to mental imbalances and poor physical condition. The meals you prepare do have sufficient nutritional content. However, you need to make sure that Mizuki is eating all of it. Otherwise, your effort is wasted.
I told you I don't want to.
Why not?
Because... I don't like how you hold chopsticks. It makes me sick.
Really now? People have always told me that I have good technique. Some even say it's beautiful.
It's disgusting. Too clean. Besides, there's no point in eating together.
Why is that?
Because you don't talk when you're eating. I don't like sitting in silence.
Well, we don't have to be quiet.
It's fine, I don't like hearing you talk either.
I believe she has entered her teenage rebellion phase a year early.
This is gonna be rough.
I will say one thing that did strike me as odd is the whole 12 years old and 6th grader combination. Now, admittedly, it might just be the whole, you know, like at 13 I was a freshman in high school, but... Was I? No, at 13 I was an 8th grader. That's only a year behind, it's not 2 years behind, like I was thinking. Never mind. Scratch that.
Hey, Date. What did you and Daddy used to talk about when you were here?
Chicks.
I don't remember a lot of it. I was usually drinking pretty hard.
Chicks.
Don't worry, I have everything recorded.
It's chicks.
In fact, the conversation about you taking care of Mizuki took place here, at Marble.
Really?
The topic was brought up several times afterward, but the first time was here. 4 years ago, after drinking enough liquid courage, Renju asked you to take care of Mizuki. At the time, Renju was recently divorced, buried in work at Lemniscate, and mentally unstable.
I can relate to that last one.
It was a display of excellent judgment. It was a good thing that he managed to swallow his pride.
You think so? Sometimes, I don't think it was the right move.
You should have more confidence. I guarantee you that it was the best decision.
Especially now that he's dead.
Date, honey. Long time no see.
Hey, Mama, how've you been?
Oh, tired and sore, but not in a fun way.
Watch the innuendo in front of the kid.
Oh, who is this?
Renju's daughter.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Oh, you're... Oh, it must have been hard. I saw on the news.
It's okay. Really.
Oh, it must have been so hard. Stupid Ren. What was he thinking, leaving his little girl like this? Oh. Oh.
Hey, Mama. I wanted to ask you some questions about Renju.
Oh. I guess crying isn't gonna solve the thing, is it?
Crying can
Go
be
ahead,
beneficial.
ask away. I'll help any way I can.
Why have the...
This is a painting of Saint Sebastian. Saint Sebastian was a faithful Christian who lived under Roman Emperor Diocletian. On January 20th, 288 AD, he was martyred. This painting depicts his execution.
Okay. Somehow I doubt that that's going to be especially relevant.
I haven't seen him for a while. I thought I was going to shrivel up and die of boredom without you boys around.
Shrivel up. You look like a purple water balloon.
That's right. Care to give me a poke?
I'll pass, thanks.
Not bad.
Hey, that's good. I want you to keep this place open as long as you can. It makes me feel sad and old when a place I used to visit closes down.
Well then, you should visit more often. I could hook you up, in more ways than one.
Just the one way is fine, thanks. Have you heard any rumors about Renju? Anything about grudges, disputes?
Is it okay to talk in front of Mizuki?
Yes, I want to be here.
Trust me, you couldn't drag her away.
I mean, you probably could.
If you say so. Apparently, Ren had some connections with the Kumakura gang.
A gang?
Yeah, real rough customers. This is their turf.
So Daddy was involved with gangsters.
Mizuki, that company Shoko was running, were they also tied to the Kumakuras?
I don't know.
It's especially strange since there's no... Well, I guess the kitchen is in the back. My brain's sitting here going, why would that be relevant for anything? There's not one of those like little boxes with the razors on opposite sides at the top. I hope to God the answer to W is yes.
Yeah, I mean, at some fish pocket they served alcohol, but I've never been to a bar like this.
I would hope not. You're in elementary school.
Well, Daddy invited me along sometimes, but I was too shy to go.
Good call.
I was planning on going one day, when I was old enough to drink. I wanted to go to a bar with Daddy.
I suppose the only thing that's really putting me off there is the still calling him daddy thing.
I heard that shady characters hang out here. So who are you and how do you fit in?
No one special. I'm just a facilitator.
A facilitator?
People who come in here tend to have very specific interests. I help accommodate.
Oh, okay.
Mama's like, an informant.
That's right. And I won't charge you this time. Just promise to get the bastards who did this to Ren for me.
I promise.
Not really.
Oh, don't worry, honey. I don't bite. I'm only aggressive when it comes to men 20 through 65.
That's a pretty wide range.
Gotta widen my net for a catch like you, Date, honey.
I think I'll ignore that one.
I think I'll ignore it as well.
Well, there was the watch incident. I'm sure you remember that one.
Watch incident?
You don't remember? Your drunk ass spilled your beer on Ren's watch. Ren was furious, yelling about how this watch is more important than my life, or whatever. He blew up on you. That was the only time I've ever seen Ren that mad. That's why I remember it so well.
Was it this watch?
The evidence that we took from the crime scene.
Yeah, that's it.
And didn't place in an
Why do
evidence
you
bag.
have it? Was it at the scene? Ren was given that watch by his lover. It was an anniversary gift, I think.
Lover?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot Mizuki was here.
Ooh.
No,
We're,
it's
we're
fine.
getting some interesting
But
info.
of course, it wasn't an affair. This was all after he was divorced.
Sure it was.
Daddy had a new lover.
Who was this person? Okay.
The bathroom?
Yeah. This place is small. The bathrooms are outside.
Take care.
Iba, get boss on the line.
Got it.
What's up?
Mizuki is at a bar called Marble down in Golden Yokocho. Send someone over to pick her up.
She's not at the hospital?
Yeah, she snuck out. I took her along while I was doing some work, but I can't take her any further.
Understood. I'll send someone.
Counting on you, boss.
Are you going to leave Mizuki here?
Yeah, that's what he just said.
Yes.
He is an asshole. He is that
Can't
asshole.
take her into a Yakuza den.
It's fine. We'll probably meet her there anyway.
Who's this asshole?
You made a big mistake coming here. Go home.
All right. Bye then.
Hey, Date!
What? Ugh, I hate dealing with these chumps.
Didn't you hear me?
Do you want to die, old man?
You bet!
Sorry for the late introduction. I'm with the MPD.
A cop, huh? So, you want to explain what the fuck a cop is doing in my office?
I think we should exchange names before exchanging expletives.
Name's MoMA, the warhorse. Don't give a fuck what your name is.
All right, MoMA. I have a few things I want to ask you. What do you know about the new Cyclops serial killings? Shoko Nadami and Renju Ukiura had their left eye pulled out and were murdered. And I think you know something about it.
Saw it on the news. But we had nothing to do with it. Even if we did, we wouldn't spill to no cops.
What does a guy like the chairman need this for? He probably
Porn.
just uses it for porn.
Not every man in the world is like you, Date.
I kind of hate that the game made the same joke I was going to make. It's one of those just, yeah, that really just feels bad.
I got nothing to say to you.
There would be no point in talking to him in that state.
Oh, come on, it's just a mild concussion. I mean, I'm sure that member B
Hey,
would be
look. Flying squirrel taking a nap.
It is clearly a tiger.
perfectly fine to go back in the game in like 2 or 3 plays at most.
Hey, Iva. It's pronounced partition and not partition.
I know how it's pronounced.
It's kind of frightening seeing all these lanterns lined up. Scary lanterns. Scary lanterns.
You don't have to repeat it.
A bronze dragon.
A bronze dragon holding a golden ball.
Golden ball, huh?
Is it a Dragon Ball? Actually kind of surprised that the shrine didn't prompt any.
What? Chairman is right in front of you.
What?
I run the Kumakura gang. I'm Moma Kumakura.
That can't be right. The chairman of the Kumakuras is Rohan. You aren't the chairman.
Yo, asshole! You need a lesson in manners?
Date, wait. I did some research and discovered that Rohan Kumakura died last year. He leapt to his death from the roof of a building.
Suicide?
Interesting.
But Moma did not take over last year. Moma took over 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Weird.
I told you, I got nothing to say. You deaf or something? Don't know nothing about her. I know her face and her name. It was on the news. Nothing else.
Shoko is part of an investment fraud scheme. And I have it on good authority that a certain Yakuza gang was helping her.
Wouldn't know nothing about that, cop.
Date, a minute please.
What is it?
Do you see the sofa in the reception area? There is an ashtray on top of the coffee table.
What about it?
It is peculiar. Thermal imaging reveals that they are both warm.
The sofa and ashtray. Iba, can you turn off the thermal vision?
Sure.
I see.
Fine.
The cigarette brand is Klein.
Why is that relevant?
Small details will come in useful later. Trust me.
Come in useful is one of those things I always hate the sound of.
Part of the cushion is still red.
Just as I thought.
What are you talking about? You're the first guest today. Although you are an uninvited guest.
Don't lie now. Someone was sitting on the sofa and smoking very recently.
How do you know that?
I just do.
Oh, right. I remember now. Just a bit ago, one of our guys was on the sofa.
Are you talking about these guys right here?
Yeah.
Not possible. When I came in,
You made a big mistake coming here. Go home.
Who's this asshole?
neither of them was on the sofa. And neither of them was smoking.
They left.
Who left?
An insurance salesman. Right before you came in.
I don't think so. I didn't pass by anyone on my way here. And I happen to know this office only has one entrance, one exit. Which means, whoever it is,
It is
they're
still
in this office somewhere.
Yeah.
Let me check the back.
Why you want to do that?
Just wanted to say hello to our guest.
I'm telling you, you're the only one here.
Oh, then you won't mind me checking.
Just get out of here, cop.
There must be someone they don't want us to see. Somewhere behind that wall.
For some reason, I was expecting there to be just an automatic
This must be whoever
prompt there.
was sitting on the sofa and smoking earlier.
My evolver can shoot right through this wall. I should shoot him.
Wait!
Date, no.
Is he not getting enough?
What?
Never mind. The person behind the wall is unarmed. I cannot approve the use of Evolver in this situation.
Damn it.
Well, Date is definitely showing that he is a cop.
Date! A porno mag at your feet!
What? Hey! Did you just shoot at me?
I appreciate that that's what Iba knows is the most efficient way to
Whoa, wait a minute!
get his attention.
Date! Load Evolver with explosive rounds. Aim for the dragon's gold ball on the right.
The what? Oh, that. Why?
Just do it!
Oh, that is an annoying animation. Oh, you just have to keep it centered? Control is a weird key for that one. Sure, that seems legit.
Iva, you saved me.
That chain gun linkage seems
Everything
strange.
happened as I simulated it.
So, where's this porno mag?
You idiot. There is no adult magazine. However, I know that your reaction time is up to 3.6 times faster when you are excited. I simply took advantage of that behavior.
What the hell?
At least Date is predictable.
You're a grown man. Aren't you too old to be playing with toys?
Shit.
Hey, coward! I see you. Show your face! I know you.
And then Moma elbows the gun out of our hands and points it at us, right?
That's...
Sejima, so, Congressman.
What is this guy doing here? Hey, Iva. It's pronounced part...
I know.
Why did that get refreshed? Of all fucking things. That smile is immensely creepy.
I heard that the former head of the Kumakuras committed suicide last year.
Yeah, what's it to you?
Nothing at all. I just want to talk about it.
Rohan was my older brother. He was my big brother in this organization, and my blood brother. 6 years ago, he got sick in the head. He got sent to a special hospital. And naturally, because I'm his brother and next in line, I was the successor. That's all I'm gonna say. You want to know more? Hire a private eye. Well, I guess there's no point hiding it now. I lied earlier, when I said I didn't know her.
I thought so. You and the Kumakuras were a part of the fraud scheme Shoko was organizing.
Yep. Whenever any wise-ass investors gave her trouble, we handled it.
Exactly as I suspected. Shoko was affiliated with the Kumakuras.
But we have reason to believe Renju was as well.
I've been looking after that guy since high school. It was the usual stuff. I had him help me with a lot of work. But now, it's kind of the opposite, you know? We're getting work from him. Well, we were. Now that he's dead, though.
What work did he have you do?
The usual. If talent at his office was causing trouble or something...
You ever get into any disputes with Renju doing this work?
No way, he paid good money. I've never even gotten into an argument with the guy.
So, unsurprisingly, Renju was also a piece of shit.
Us Kumakuras are a branch of the Ujisaki family. The Ujisaki family runs a yearly golf tournament. Mandatory attendance. We were all at the tournament those days. We only got back this morning. You can ask the hotel. They'll tell you.
Date, I did some research. The hotel's record of guests does list the Kumakura members. They were also seen on several surveillance cameras. It is not possible that any of the Kumakuras could have killed Shoko.
Renju, on the other hand,
including Moma.
Such a fucking weird name. Also, my brain keeps going to Museum of Modern Art.
I've had a relationship with the Kumakuras since back when Rohan was running things. I had business nearby, so I stopped here for a visit. Whatever conspiracy theory you're imagining in your head, you can forget it. This is strictly business.
Strictly business? A congressman meeting with Yakuza? How are you gonna spin that?
It's true. I imagine my public image will be dragged through the mud. But we haven't done anything illegal.
Yeah.
If you want to accuse me of such wrongdoing, then by all means. I just happen to think such gossip is better suited for tabloids. The president of Lemniscate? We aren't friends, but I did meet him a few times through work.
What work were you doing to meet up with the head of an entertainment company?
It was just some party hosted by some company or other. It's not unusual. Events with those uptight stuffed shirts can be rather dumb. So they have some young women from an entertainment office attend. Anyway, we only saw each other a few times. I don't even remember what we spoke about. The victim prior to Renju? I believe Moma introduced me to her.
Introduced?
We were just having drinks. Shoko stopped by to say hello.
Right. We didn't talk about anything.
You're trying to give me the runaround.
Indeed.
I went to work, then went home.
So, you have no alibi?
No, I always have my bodyguards near me. If you want to, you can ask them.
Bodyguard testimony can be unreliable. There is a possibility that they would lie to protect Mr. Sajima.
I agree. We can't trust that.
Date, I have determined that these individuals have nothing further to add.
Unsurprising.
Even if they are involved, they will not volunteer any more information. We need solid evidence to move forward with the investigation.
You're right.
At the moment, Ota presents our best opportunity for finding leads.
Unfortunate.
Should we go to Lemniscate?
Yeah, let's go. Moma, Congressman Sajima, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'll come back soon. We'll swap drinking stories.
You serious?
Let's go, Iba.
Roger.
For some reason, my brain was sitting there thinking, oh yeah, we'll just go through the door. Even though I know that there is a dedicated button to go back to the map.
This is all really suspicious.
What is?
Congressman Sajima and the Kumakuras. There's definitely something going on there.
And it's almost assuredly unrelated to the case,
but I'm
though.
not sure it is linked to the new Cyclops serial killings. We need to do further investigation.
Well, these options all sound fantastic.
Impossible. How did a jellyfish get in here? So shiny, too.
You utter idiot. It's me.
Renju?
Do I look like Renju?
Mizuki?
It's me.
Boss?
Date, seriously.
Then, are you... Mom?
Idiot. They must have increased your dosage too much.
My dosage? Anyway, you're Iba, right? Why are you here? Looking like that?
I just thought I would protect myself. You seem lonely.
How are you doing this?
I am overlaying the image your left eye processes with augmented reality. You can't see me through your right eye, only your left.
You can't just pop into my eyeball without permission.
You do realize I do that all the time, right?
So, Iva's model has really weird stuff with her wrists, and she's doing it right now. It bugs the hell out of me because I've had issues with carpal tunnel, because occasionally I would sleep and have force being pushed up against my right wrist, which is why I sleep with a brace. But
come to think of it, you look kind of like you do when you're in Somnium. What's that about?
What do you mean?
You don't usually look like that. You have a Somnium form and another form.
Oh, this?
Yes, that. Why are you doing this now?
I was bored last night, so
Huh?
I thought you would like it.
Why would I like it?
Well, I did attempt to shape myself to your preference.
If you could do that, change it.
I will not,
Why not?
because I won't.
and here I had thought that more along the lines of Boss would be.
I fear you would eventually grow tired of the other form as well. I just wanted to change my look a little.
A little.
Think of it as a haircut.
A little.
Pretty drastic haircut.
As I said earlier, I completely agree that they are suspicious. But there is nothing currently linking them to the case.
That's true. We have no established motive. Victims were displayed, tied up on a horse, hung from the ceiling, and their left eyes taken out. We still don't know why.
It is possible that Shoko and Renju were disloyal to Congressman Tsujima and the Kumakuras. They could have been killed and displayed as a warning. That
Whom,
would be
though?
current evidence.
Maybe. But it doesn't feel right.
I looked into that. Unfortunately, I did not find anything in our database that could connect the two.
I see.
However, I did discover some rumors on the internet. Most of them come across as gossip or conspiracy theories, but would you like to hear them regardless?
So before the pictures go away, one thing that I do really like is how well everything is just being done using fairly standard anime styling. But it's somewhat rare for that to translate into 3D well. And it was actually done pretty well here.
Please.
And I lucked out on which one that actually went away on.
Mr. Tsujima currently resides in Azabu. He lives in a mansion, a restored samurai castle. But 20 years ago, So Tsujima lived elsewhere. In the Kawasaki district, to be exact. He lived there until he was 40 years old. The Tsujima family owned a vast amount of real estate in the district. Adjusting for inflation, the land was valued above 30 billion yen.
Jesus.
The Tsujima family sold off its holdings. 6 months later, the incident occurred.
The explosion at the chemical plant.
This caused Kawasaki to become a restricted area. And of course, land prices fell drastically to less than 1/30 their original value.
Well, is he the landowner again?
What are your thoughts?
The timing is certainly suspicious. To sell that amount of land just 6 months before it happened.
There is another interesting fact. After the accident, So Tsujima purchased all of the land back for just 1 billion yen.
That's the part that actually makes it
So
suspicious.
he's got 29 billion yen in his pocket and 1 billion yen of land.
Correct. Despite the horrific accident, the Tsujima family is no worse off.
True. But I don't see the point of it. It's not like you got anything out of it.
Yeah.
That would be true, but there is more to this story. There is another important fact. After the land prices in the Kawasaki region crashed... we will have to continue this conversation later.
That's going to be relevant to something.
Call from headquarters.
Is this Special Agent Date from Abyss? My name is Akaska from HQ. I'm investigating the Shoko Nadami case. There's something that you need to hear.
What is it?
We got a phone call earlier from a prisoner at Fuchu Prison.
A prisoner?
We saved the call. I think you should give it a listen. Who is this?
In here, I'm known as number 89.
What is this call concerning?
I know who killed Shoko Nadami. And if you let me out of here, I will tell you who it is. I suppose you might say I'm looking for a plea bargain. He will kill again, you know. And he'll take their eye while they're still alive. There will be more bodies. If you want to stop this serial killer, I suggest you take my offer. I'll be seeing you.
Interesting.
This has to be a prank.
That's what I thought too. However, we got the call yesterday afternoon, before Renju was killed. In other words...
You're saying he predicted the second crime?
Yeah, I think he did. That's why I thought I should contact you.
Good idea. Thanks, Detective.
Good luck.
Do you think there's anything to this?
I don't know.
Well, current thoughts as far as the situation goes. We really don't have that many people who are potential suspects. Which is why, in keeping with the tradition of detective games, I am going to take the is it Super Famicom? Famicom? One of the Famicom detective games to heart and go, it was Kagami. And if I'm wrong, I'm still blaming Kagami.
Oh, Date.
What's wrong? You look like you have a lot on your mind.
Yeah, I just found out online.
So the reason for that is because one of the time-honored traditions of detective works, detective novels, things of that sort, as well as, you know, your various murder mysteries, is that you need to introduce the killer in the first act. Well, the number of characters introduced in the first act are basically Kagame and Date.
The corpse at Bloom Park. That was Renju's ex-wife, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So that was Mizuki's mom. Mizuki saw her own mom.
Oh, it gets better.
I just left her. But I didn't know. I knew her as Shoko Nadami. Her last name is different. I didn't know that was Mizuki's mother. I want to apologize to her. I need to tell her that I'm sorry.
Oh, that is a very limited view.
Nowhere. Just doing my normal routine.
I don't know your normal routine.
Being a creeper.
To the Dojin store to look at the new releases. And I ate
Date,
some ramen
you should
churros,
know.
And then headed over to the PC cafe to browse threads. You know, normal.
If that's normal, I haven't had a normal day in my life.
Now, does the receptionist know anything?
Iris? You mean Ace? She's recording studio. If you need her right away, I can try contacting her.
No, it's fine. This can wait until she's done.
I don't know anything. I've only seen Renju a couple of times.
I didn't think it was possible to be this bad at lying.
Though it is plainly obvious, I did a thermal check on Ota's body. This is his current body temperature.
That's what I thought. Have you forgotten, Ota? You're my thrall. You don't want me to tell Iris your secret, do you?
Huh?
Wait, it's no big deal. I just...
I'm a huge creeper.
You better start talking.
Okay.
Mizuki didn't seem like she was angry with you.
What? You met Mizuki? Oh, at the interrogation.
That's right. He doesn't know I live with Mizuki. I have no reason to hide it, but it's sort of hard to explain. Yeah, I spoke to Mizuki at her, questioning earlier.
You're sick, Date.
What?
Questioning? That sounds dirty. If I were writing a light novel, that's exactly how I would describe a sexy scene.
What kind of novels are you writing, kid?
What the fuck?
Last night, I was walking over to
He's
Sunfish
12.
Pocket, and I saw Renju come out of the building.
Was he alone? Someone was with him. A man. No. A woman.
Ah, maybe his
Okay,
lover.
Look. I can tell you're trying to protect her, but you have to help me out here. Was it Iris?
No, it definitely for sure wasn't Tessa.
Got it. So Renju was with Iris.
Okay, fine. There's no point in hiding it, I guess. You're right.
Oh.
Renju came out of the building with Tessa. But Tessa has nothing to do with this. She wouldn't murder anyone. She wouldn't
Please
hurt
don't
a
have
fly. She's an idol.
Tessa be
Idols don't kill people.
You need to stop
Renju's
putting her on a
lover.
pedestal.
Tessa is a savior to me. The Tessa I know wouldn't hurt anyone.
I don't think I really care.
The first time I met her, I had a bad case of writer's block. And I saw all this awful negativity online, and I lost sight of what I really wanted to write. And it was the lowest point of my life.
He is talking like a professional, though he hasn't published anything.
For once, I'm actually with Oda on this. That doesn't really mean much.
I found a video
Aiba.
of Tessa singing and dancing, and it made me realize something important. You don't have to care what people think, you know? If you do your best at what you believe in, your message will get through to people. That attitude is something all great creators need to have. After that, I became a huge ASET fan and got over my writer's block. And I know I'm not the only one Tessa has inspired. A lot of otaku like me say that Tessa is their savior. She cheers them up when they're down. So there's no way Tessa can be involved in murder. Absolutely impossible.
Sure, definitely no way.
But do you suspect her?
Not
I
especially.
need to hear her side of the story. If I do, I might find out she's totally innocent. If you truly believe that she didn't do it, you should tell me everything you know.
But...
Do it for Iris.
Around 6:15, I guess.
Where did they go?
I didn't see. They got into Renju's car and drove off.
What did you do?
I went inside Sunfish Pocket, but I saw a sign that said the entire club was reserved. I figured I would just go home.
What happened?
Date.
Iris, there's something I need to ask you. Come with me.
Hmm?
That doesn't sound suspicious at all. At all.
Iris, I'm going to ask you some questions.
So while Iris's model is in front of me, and it's not looking weird, when it does the corner angle, looking at her model from like above rather than head on, I keep thinking she's wearing like shorts. And then head on, it looks like it's a very short dress type deal. Or like a shirt without pants. Really.
Please answer honestly. However, you do not have to say anything that might incriminate you.
It's one of the reasons why
need to remain
her model
silent.
bugs me.
You're treating me like a criminal.
Yeah.
Not exactly. I'm just looking for the truth, and I would appreciate your cooperation.
Does Japan actually have anything like the Fifth? The whole self-incrimination thing? I'm curious about that.
I heard you used to work at Sunfish Pocket.
That's right.
How long?
A little over a year.
Working there that long, you're probably pretty familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I guess.
What about the surveillance camera? Do you know where those tapes were stored?
What are you trying to say?
What were you doing from 7 to 9 last night?
I was at home the whole time.
You're sure?
Yes.
Iba, thermograph.
There is no noticeable rise in Iris's body temperature.
She isn't lying.
Maybe.
Not necessarily. We must consider the possibility that she is a natural liar.
With that kind of confidence, her temperature wouldn't change.
Correct.
Renju's estimated time of death was 8 p.m. last night. If Iris' story is true, she couldn't have done it.
There is another possibility. Even if Iris was at home, she could have killed Renju.
You mean... Here's what Ota told me. Yesterday around 6:15 p.m., you and Renju came out of the Sunfish Pocket building. Is that true?
Yes. Mr. Okiura called me and told me he wanted me to come to Sunfish Pocket, ASAP.
Around what time was that?
5 p.m., I think. I got ready, then headed over there. I guess I got there about an hour later.
Date, I checked her call history. At 4:58 p.m., there is a record of a call to Iris from Renju's phone.
What were you doing with Renju?
He asked me about a job.
What kind of job?
He rented out Sunfish Pocket for a party and he wanted me to MC. He said that it was an important party and that a lot of big shots were gonna be there, but the girl he asked to do it originally got sick and couldn't come. But I turned him down.
Why?
Because I'm just an internet idol. I've never done any MCing before, especially with important people being there.
What did you do after you turned him down?
I left with Mr. Okiura at 6:15 p.m. That must have been when Ota saw me.
And after that?
I asked Mr. Okiura to take me home in his car. I got home at 7 p.m. I was home the rest of the night.
What do you think, Iba?
I cannot detect any contradictions. However, her story appears almost too organized.
Well, I mean that...
Human memory is ambiguous. Her use of exact times leads me to be suspicious.
That's true.
Well, I mean, she's saying, like, 5 o'clock and an hour later, and okay, the 6:15's weird, but I mean, we proffered the 6:15 time. None of that sounds especially strange to me.
When did you find out Renju was killed?
This morning, on the news.
And you were with Renju last night? You didn't think to call the police and inform them of this?
Oh, sorry. Is that something you're supposed to do? I had a podcast to record this morning, so if I went to the police, I'd be late. And that would cause everyone a lot of trouble, you know?
I'll ask again. You are sure you were at home around 8 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
You can, but there'd be no point.
Why is that?
My mom wasn't home. She came back home early this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Where was she?
I don't know.
You don't know. Come to think of it, Iris's mom had connections to Renju too.
Hitomi did mention that yesterday.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High.
Ah.
We've known each other for 20 years now.
Is she the lover?
However, we have nothing to link her to the case.
But I am curious. What was Hitomi doing last night?
That would also explain why,
Am I a suspect?
It's not like that.
It's fine, Date. It's true that I met with Mr. Okiura yesterday, but how do I put this? It's impossible that I'm the killer.
Why?
I'm a teenage girl. Mr. Okiura is a fully grown man.
Oh, she's got a point. A girl like her could have stabbed, poisoned, or shot him dead, but strangling?
No, it's still possible. You see,
the sedation.
a heavy concentration of sedatives were discovered in Renju's body. Renju was practically in a coma before he died. He wouldn't have struggled.
So, Iris could have strangled him.
Wait a minute. Even if I was somehow able to kill him, the rest of it is impossible.
The rest of it?
Like hanging up his body?
How do you know that?
What do you mean? It's all over the news.
That's true. Renju weighed about 160 pounds. Even if she used her entire body weight, I don't think she could have hauled him up.
Right. It would be hard for her to do it with her strength alone. But with a little ingenuity, it could be done.
Ingenuity?
The kegs. And or the barrels. I actually don't know what,
The oil drum is the type that has a lid you can open empty. It weighs. Renju's estimated numerous have the weapon used to commit the criminal likely wrapped Renju then the more precise cause of death. In short, the autopsy determined that Renju. However, this means that it. Renju's corpse was discovered at the hanging from a. He was found. The wire was attached. One end was attached to a hook.
okay, it looks like that is probably what we want to show.
It went like this. First, Renju was laid out on the counter. Next, the wire was thrown over the beam and connected to the hook in his jaw. Then all you need to do is put the 3 beer kegs on the counter.
You think a teenage girl could have done that?
I'm sure it was hard. The kegs weighed 55 pounds each. But that's not impossible, even for a teenage girl.
I guess it isn't impossible.
After that, you get on top of the counter, hook the other end of the wires to the kegs, and then What do you think happens if you kick the kegs off the counter?
The 3 kegs weighed 165 pounds altogether. Renju weighs 5 pounds less. I guess that would make it possible. But there is one more thing.
What?
Considering the state of the crime scene, it's clear Renju was killed elsewhere and brought to where we found him. If Iris is the culprit, how did she move the body?
Hey!
I know. You're going to say you couldn't have moved a 160-pound body.
Well, the more important thing is the elevator.
For her, she could have.
How?
Oh, motherfucker. The oil drum is... What I was thinking was the oil drum being the 44 pounds plus the 160 of him plus the 100-ish of her.
Do you know what this is? It's Renju's favorite watch.
Wait a second, I think they actually gave us the precise weight of her as being 106 pounds, so 160 plus 44 plus 106 is 310.
Inside an empty oil drum at Sunfish Pocket.
Hey, Date, I know you're on a roll right now, but could you please report things like that according to protocol?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying it wouldn't be so hard to move a body if it were in a cylinder. You would just have to roll it.
So you're saying Renju's body was moved inside the drum, which is how the watch came off. But the suspect didn't notice it.
I'm not saying anything for sure. Just pointing out that it's possible.
I didn't do it! You don't even have any witnesses! If I were rolling an oil drum in the middle of the street, people would have noticed!
You could have put it in a car and driven it.
I don't have a license!
Doesn't mean you can't drive. Even an AI can drive nowadays.
Are you mocking me?
Don't make sudden outbursts like that.
You insulted me.
Just be quiet.
Date, that's...
Who are you talking to?
Very good. Aiba, you know Date is dumb as shit.
Anyway, Iris, you weigh about 105 pounds, right?
Where is this coming from?
If only you weighed more. Or less.
That is none of your business.
No, I mean that your weight is relevant to the case. If the oil drum was used to transport the corpse, then the possibility of the suspect being around 105 pounds is extremely likely.
Why do you say that?
The elevator. Yeah. Come on, game.
Iris, on which floor is Sunfish Pocket located?
It's the second.
On the second floor?
That's right. So, I checked the elevator records. Before the corpse was discovered, the elevator only stopped at the second floor once, at 8:55 p.m. And we discovered that the total cargo weight on the elevator was about 310 pounds. Renju weighed 160. The oil drum weighs 44. Together, that's about 205. Subtracting that from 310...
This doesn't look good.
Why are you...
Now this obviously doesn't prove you're the murderer. A lot of people weigh 105 pounds. Or someone could have put 105 extra pounds in the elevator, sent it up, and taken the stairs to throw us off the trail. However...
Date, stop. Iris is acting strange. Don't turn around.
Why not?
Just stay put. Keep your eyes on the wall.
Where is this
There are
going?
several cameras cameras in this room. 2 surveillance cameras installed at the corners of the ceiling, and 1 camera on a tripod. I hacked each to gain access to their recordings. Look at this.
You'd think that said recordings would be easily received.
She's fidgeting around. Is she doing something under the desk?
That's what it looks like. But we need to confirm something before we confront her. We need to know that she's in fact doing something under the desk.
Without turning around?
Yes.
How would I do that? Ah, shit. Iris, what are you thinking? What is that thing? Hey, answer me, Iris.
She's definitely hiding something, Date. Sync with her.
Iris is experiencing REM sleep. Medication is working perfectly.
How about it, Date? Think you can do it?
Not a problem. Get it started.
The time limit is 6 minutes. So before time is up...
I know.
So once we get in there, I'm going to drop a save, and that will be it for this time. Of course, about an hour in, I realized that my dumbass had forgotten to start a local recording, so... You know, as always, clever on my end.
What is this place?
Anyway, that is going to be it for me.